Hello. In this video, we are going to discuss and demonstrate the concept of customer and sales rep accounts and also customer and sales rep user accounts. There's an important distinction that needs to be made between both. A customer and sales rep account is a record within your website that verifies that a customer code and a sales rep code exist. And when you have those codes uploaded, you can then invite users to access your site referencing those codes. So I'll demonstrate what that means to help clarify the concept because it can be a bit confusing. So when I first log into my site, this is my trade show demo site, I've already set up all my product data, I've uploaded my inventory, but now I need to go to the data section and I need to connect my customer data. To do that, you can download a blank Excel file, and as you continue to build onto it, you will download the one that has existing data as you add more customer records. I have a sheet here that's already ready to go. Let me pull that up. So this is what your customer sheet would look like. Columns A and B are important for identifying the customer codes that you have assigned to verified customers that you do business with, or new customers who you just created today. They need to have an entry in this sheet. Also, we have the salesperson who manages that account, and we have the code and the name for that rep. So ABC Company is sold to by Bob. EFG Company is sold to by Ann. The rest of these columns are just contact information for the store. You don't need a fax number. Nobody uses faxes anymore. Once you have this sheet saved, it's just as simple as saving it, closing it, and then we're going to drag and drop this into our customer area. Upload successful. So then if you go back here, the easiest way to see it is under the My Orders section. You can see your full list of salespeople and your full list of customers will now show. So I have 3 customers and 2 sales reps. Now this is important because now we can actually have a sales rep account created against this code for Bob. We can have another sales rep account created against this code Ann. And when I say sales rep account, I mean user account, someone who can log in to RepSpark and interact, transact with customers or transact with the assortments and catalogs. So how that would work is, and I'm still logged in as an admin, but I'll show you. Assume for a moment that I am Bob and I have created my user account. If I log in as Bob, I will be locked into this salesperson code at the top. Again, I'm an admin, so I can exit out of this, but as a salesperson who doesn't have admin access, this X will not be here. I'll be locked into that sales code. Additionally, when I click the drop down for which customer I'm working with, notice I can only see the one account that is tied to this record. If I were to switch this over to Ann, we should now be able to see her 2 customers, okay? So that covers how to get the records into the system. Now, when we go over to the Manage Users side of things, if we want to add a new user, we could put in whatever it is, bob@gmail.com. What was it, Bob Smith, Bob Jones? You don't need the address or store information or phone number or any of that, but what you do need is a salesperson code. So now we know that the salesperson code for Bob is BOB. So when I click Add New User, I've now created a record for Bob. It'll show in the unapproved section at first, but within this, we can see that the salesperson code is now tied to this record, and he has a salesperson role. So he's not a customer, he's not a guest, he's a salesperson. He works for us. So as the admin, I can set him to approved, or I can, well, what I need to do is send him the invite so that he can set his own password. Any salesperson must have a sales profile as well. So we'll just click Add New Profile here, and then you can select from the list here the salesperson code. I know we just used it when signing up, but you have to go through this other step to complete the process. So now the only error that remains is that Bob is not yet approved. And all we have to do is send the invite to Bob, fill out this little email template here, press send. Bob will receive an email. At that point, he can set his password, log in, and he'll be able to log into the site, view the products and assortments, and start working with his specific customers. One other thing to note, this order entry role is important for being able to actually place orders through the system. Most salespersons do, in fact, end up having that role, so add that role and press update. So now he's a salesperson who can also create orders. There's some limited circumstances where maybe a salesperson wouldn't need that role, but normally these two would go hand in hand. So once Bob fills out his password and verifies his account, he'll move over from the unapproved into the members section. So right now, these are the approved people within the site. The same thing would apply for a customer account. You can go in, you can add a single user, and I don't remember the code. Let's see, abc@gmail.com. This is for the ABC company. And then we would put in their customer code. Similarly, so we add a new user. Again, they show in the unapproved section. And now they come through as a guest by default, but we'll go ahead and update them to have a profile where they need to select their associated salesperson. And this will all be done by the admin, not by the customer. So normally customer accounts are set up all the way by an admin before they're invited. But new users can also sign up through the regular flow as they go through the trade show, and they still need to be approved. So to recap, we have the admin dashboard area where you need to add the customer records as demonstrated in this spreadsheet. This sheet will continue to grow as you add more and more customers. These codes are used to establish records in RepSpark that you can then reference for creating user accounts to log into the system. In order for Bob to be able to create an order for Alpha Company, there has to be a record of it already in RepSpark. Alpha Company doesn't necessarily have to have a user login as a buyer, but we do have to have a record so that we have the proper shipping address, payment terms, shipping method, all of that for when we actually create an order. Once you have that filled out, go to the Connect Data section, upload your sheet, and then your records will then be present within the system. Use the Download Excel with existing data to continue to build upon your customer data set. If you upload a sheet that only has one customer in it, it will erase or overwrite all the other ones you have in it. So just be careful with your file management. Store some copies locally just in case you upload the wrong file. Once the records are in here, you can move over to the Manage Users area and start inviting those users based on the customer or sales rep codes that you've already created. If there are any questions about this concept, please email us at success@repspark.com, and we'll be happy to walk through it with you in a little more detail. Thank you for watching, and good luck.